What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video from Three Men in a Basement. I'm ChinMo. That's
I'm Dave the brother. I'm on the other side though, Chin.
I know it's different. It's weird. It's inverse
That's
here.
right. Do this. This way you're
There
bound
we
to get.
go. Yeah. This is harder than it looks, people. We're gonna do something a little different for you. We're gonna do a pre-recorded, slightly in a live style. Um, we're gonna actually be talking about a show we were just at this past weekend, right here. Little Giant Comic Show up in Concord, New Hampshire. We were just there. Um, I think I can speak for Dave, myself, Otto. We had an absolute blast. We
Yeah.
picked up a lot of awesome stuff, which we're going to show you in this video. So this is going to be kind of like a slight little recap slash pretty great haul, if I don't say so, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
Yeah. But before we kind of get into that, you guys know the drill. Thumbs up, uh, it goes a long way. Hit that notification bell for when we drop videos like this. We're working on a schedule to get it down for you guys every week or two. If you're not subscribed, right down below, all you gotta do is just click it. It's nice and easy.
Yeah, we're coming up
Yeah,
to a milestone,
we're
right?
almost at 4K.
Yeah.
Um, and then, as always, leave a comment down below. Were you at the show? What did you think of it? If you weren't there, do you plan on going in the future? I would say yes.
Yes.
And then let us know how we did on our pickups because uh, I think me and Dave both spent a little bit more than we were planning on and picking up a little bit more than we were planning on. And I'm not upset about it. So,
No. It was a good weekend.
yeah.
And also if you especially if you're new to the channel, because we did meet some new people. That's what's great about doing the
Yes.
show is having the table and having not just the usual suspects come visit us and say hi, but we did get some new subscribers. Because we had our giveaways, and so if you met us at the show, is that your first time interacting with us? Let us know. Let us know what you got, and it's always a fun time meeting people, old
Yeah.
and new.
I mean, come by the booth. There'll be at least, most likely, at least me or Dave, as much as Otto says he's there. So,
Yeah.
um, really quick before we kind of get into what we picked up, Dave, um, did you have fun? How was it? I mean, we got up there, we were up there Friday to set up. We had the booth and everything.
Yep.
And then, I mean, went to, there's kind of like, it's not so much I guess it is kind of an after party at the hotel with a lot of the creators and artists and stuff, along with some vendors and a bunch of other people that Jason holds at the hotel. And I mean, Friday was a blast. We went live. You can go back and watch that train wreck of a show if you guys want. It's
Yeah.
right on the
It
channel.
wasn't that bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched it, so I don't know how much of a train wreck it was. But
It's,
we had
yeah.
some of the vendors came and said hi, so that's always nice to interact with a lot of the vendors that were setting
Mhm.
up.
A lot of our buddies. But yeah, no, Friday night was fun. The setup was pretty good. I mean, it went a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna, which is always nice. Got in there, got the table set up, we got the rack set up, the banner, well, put out all the books and everything, the giveaway set. We got the VIP bags loaded. So it was all pretty smooth overall, which was nice.
Well,
Um,
you kept chasing Otto out. You're like, don't come back until the booth is set up, and that
I did.
usually,
I
I
even
think that's
told
why it
them,
went smoothly.
yeah, I even told them on Saturday morning, if you're there before me, don't
Yeah.
touch a damn thing. Yeah.
And I
And
was
it
there
worked.
with him
Yeah,
to make sure
and
he didn't
yeah,
touch anything.
I got there before him, so it worked out. But
Yeah.
no, it was fun. It was fun hanging. And then Saturday, the actual show. I think we kept anytime we were all in the booth at one point. I think it was like 10:30, maybe 11. Within the first hour, the VIPs were in at 9. General was
Yeah.
in at 10, and we could not believe it was only 11 o'clock. There was, I mean, he had thousands of people throughout the day, but it went by so not like I guess quick is a good way to put it, but also like, wow, I can't believe it's only this time right now because it seems like
Right.
we've done so much, and it was a great, great day. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it was definitely yeah, like you said, the first it seemed like the first couple hours it was like because you're not sure what the vibe is going to be, you don't know
mhm,
what they're looking for. And I found what surprised me was how many people were at the getting autographs and things signed. At one point it didn't look like there was a lot of people, but then I looked where all the where Shooter was and Milgram and those there are lines, you know, going around the whole perimeter of where all the artists were and
you,
the
yeah,
talent.
you go in with a plan, get stuff done. That's what I did. My first 45 minutes was waiting for one Mr. Steranko, as he told many, many, many stories. But you kind of get that stuff done, and then you can kind of shop the rest of the day, which is what people are there for. Um,
Yeah.
and speaking of shopping, Dave, you did some serious shopping on Friday before, uh, so you know what? Let's just get you into it, Dave. Let's see it.
Okay.
Let's get into these hauls, my friend, because you picked up some amazing stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna show the big purchases just yet.
Are you
One
gonna
of the
tease us?
tables,
You're gonna tease us a little, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna show everything at once because then you won't want to see the other stuff. Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff I pick up, and this is kind of standard for me, just filling my Batman run.
There you go.
Um, what was the? You told me the table was Heroes. What was the name of the table? The vendor. They're the one that's putting on the
Oh, the guys that
Heroes
run
convention.
Heroes Con, yes.
Yeah,
Heroes aren't hard to find, I believe is their name,
yeah,
or
and
something like that.
they had a bunch of I think you picked up some stuff from these
They
guys
had
too, right?
some,
They had like a $5 bins that were just had some great
yeah.
stuff in it.
If
So that was a good place to just pick up some of my filler Batman stuff.
there you go.
Um, and then uh, and then this is always cool. I always love these. I got this from Buzz Comics.
That a foreign
Um,
edition?
yeah, it's a German. Um, it's just there was one. There was a couple of vendors that's all they had. I think the people that were set up again across from us had a bunch of foreign stuff. It was tempted
People
to.
like the foreign comics.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of a neat. They had a few there that I was looking at, but little pricey for what I was looking for. Um, but actually, I forgot to show this. I got these on Friday from Comic CT. Sean,
What a nice guy.
I know, Planet of the Apes trading cards.
Sean, if you're
These are awesome.
watching, what a nice
Yeah.
guy. I have good things to
What do
say
you mean
about you
if?
too.
Yeah, look at that.
He's had these for a
Those are
while,
great.
so that's nice.
Yeah, I think he said he got it at one of the crawls. I couldn't make it.
He did. He picked it up on
Pretty much.
our Mass New Hampshire crawl this past February.
So anyway, thanks again, Sean. These are great. Whole set.
It's the whole set. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was great. That was fun to get first thing on Friday. Um but again, I didn't buy a lot of stuff, but I most of the
But
big stuff I bought was on Friday.
you bought big
Um
though. You might not have bought a lot, but you bought big,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
proud
What
of
I
you.
didn't have in quantity, I made up in quality.
And can I
Um
say, Dave, before you show these books, I know the two books you're about to show,
yeah.
and if anybody has ever met Dave or seen him at a show or talked to him about collecting and buying, Dave will not usually buy until Sunday afternoon at a show or late in the day towards the end of the show because he will hem and haw and just fixate on what he should buy, if this one's good, if
Yes.
that one's bad, or vice versa. Like, how is he going to go? And he will talk about it nonstop, and he will think on it, and he will think on it as much as you want to give your opinion, and you do. He just continues to go. And I have to say, the fact that you bought these books within 3 hours of being up there and you
Yeah.
knew what you were doing, I'm so proud of you, Dave.
Well, I appreciate that. But it goes to show that if I was hemming and hawing about those other books, there's a reason for it. And,
Hmm.
so certain books I've been looking for, and actually the second one I'll show, I'd been looking for quite some time, and I just never found either was a too high a grade or the grade that I was looking at was just overpriced. But stuff is coming down so much now that things that I thought were overpriced now are making more sense. So that's kind of nice about going to the shows now is that um, it's a little more affordable based on the
It's a
nature of where the books
buyer's
are.
market right now.
So the first one I'm going to show is
What
the
do you got,
first
bud?
appearance of Raja Ghul. Is it Raja Ghul or Raza Ghul? How do you say it?
Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. They say it many different ways.
Raisha Ghul.
I always
I
say
like
Raz.
Raisha Ghul. I say
But yeah,
Raz, but I like Raish. So
classic,
anyway,
classic cover.
this was I got this from Reese's Comics. Did I say that right, Chin?
You said it right. Good job.
But this was actually the second book I bought from them.
You bundled, Dave. You bundled. I'm so proud of you.
I did. It was like so. I'll show you the first book that I saw there. And again, this is a book. So I'm only needing a handful more of Amazing Spider-Man books to complete it. And it's all the first appearances. So I need first Sandman, first Vulture, first Goblin, and first Doc Ock. Actually, I was trying to target first Doc Ock, which is issue
You
number
tried.
3,
It's a tough book.
and yeah, and but I saw Reese's had this one,
Look at that. Pull that out. You got a little bit of a
which
glare.
is
Pull that up a
which
little
is
bit.
number
Yeah.
4. So it's ASM 4. And as soon as I saw it, they actually had this, and they did have a Doc Ock sitting right next to it, but the Doc Ock was a little rough.
That
Um,
that is a book I know everybody wants, everybody wants number 1, First Goblin, stuff like that, but this is I feel like this is a book
yeah,
you don't see that often, and I'm very happy you were able to pick this up, Dave, because this is a fantastic book.
yeah, this was awesome to find. So as soon as I saw it and I saw what they had on it, I made them an offer, and they actually before I made them an offer, I saw this on the wall, and I'm like, hey, what if I put the two of them together? So
Yeah.
that's what I did. So within, yeah, like you said, within 3 hours, I was oh, I own both these books. But like I
That's a
said,
great start.
I've been looking at these for long enough that, I mean, that's the key. At some point you'd really start to understand the market for certain books that you're looking for, because
Mhm.
there's not that many that I'm looking for. So um, in past shows, I'd see one and either it's a raw beat up, um, or like I said, it's too high a grade, so it's priced out of my budget. So I'm basically these books, if I can get a 2 to a 3, I'm thrilled. So
And
and
hey, no grade's better than low grade's better than no grade. Any grade you can get a
yeah,
Silver Age in, take it.
yep. So again, Reese's Comics, those guys were killing it. I think every time I looked over at their table, they were. I mean, people. I actually, when I bought those two, I was actually also looking through their Batman run, and there was a handful of stuff that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back and get that. So I told them I'm gonna go come back and get that. I think like at 10 o'clock or 10:30 Saturday morning, I went back over there, and all the Batman books were gone. Because they sell the slabs, but they also have a huge selection of raw books,
They have
and
great
and
books at
multiple
great
copies.
prices. Yeah.
Yeah, multiple copies. So and they grade them, so they'll have at different prices. So if you want something a little lower grade, good chance they have one. Um, so they were a fun booth to look through. I think some of our buddies, I think other people have fans of the channel bought some books from them. So again, if you bought something for Reese's Comics, let us know,
Yeah,
because I
I know
think
for a fact
I think
Broke
they
Boy
did a great
Comics
job.
did. They do. That honestly, it's not even just them. The entire Jason puts on a great show with great vendors, with amazing books, and
Yeah,
the stuff you don't see at other shows at this show. And I mean, you'll see stuff and you watch anybody's haul video from this show, and you can be like, oh damn, that's a great book.
yeah.
So
I think Otto's got another video coming out
yes,
where I
so
think
this
he's going to
is
have more footage of the
mhm,
actual con. So you'll get a little more info, or better sense of what the show is.
yeah.
From Otto.
He made me and Dave do something by ourselves. So you get just the two of us with no footage of us just talking. So lucky you guys. But,
So what about you, Chin?
I
I
say
think
I'm gonna
you did
yeah,
pretty good yourself,
I'm gonna
but you
move
were
this
like you did the opposite of me though. Your big buy was
like,
everybody was pulling their stuff apart, and all of a sudden I'm trying to tear, I'm trying to put our books away and take down the banner and all this stuff, and you're off making deals.
my big buy, which I will show at the end, was
Yeah,
the definition of a last minute deal. But I actually got a lot more stuff than I thought, so I am gonna cruise through this relatively quick for you guys. Very much like Dave, I'm gonna shout out, Comics CT. Sean, thank you, buddy. He knows I'm a big Hondo Onaka fan, and he had this, hyperspace variant for me. So thanks, pal. Appreciate that.
yeah,
Um,
nice
yeah,
guy.
and you know what? He is. He really is a nice guy.
Yeah,
And then
you got to
I'm
say
gonna
that, so he'll hook us up with other stuff too.
yeah, right? I'm gonna show off the stuff that I brought with me to get signed because my one of my goals was to get some stuff signed at this convention, and I'll say I got stuff signed by Donnie Cates and I got stuff signed by Jim Steranko. Um, so I'm gonna show them off really quick. I got some cards signed, which I thought was fun. A little hard to see. Sorry, his signatures. I don't know why he did it in black, but these were from Donnie Cates' Thor run, which I loved. The promo cards, and I had the set of them. I was like, you know what, this would be kind of fun to get them signed. So I thought it'd be cool. You can kind of see his signature on there. It looks better outside of the plastic, but I didn't want to take him out. Um,
Yeah.
but I thought it'd be kind of fun, you know. And the
Did
cool
he
thing is, I think
comment
it was
on
like,
him at all?
huh?
Did he
There you
say
go.
anything like? Did he comment on him like, "Hey,
Oh
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
cool,"
He's
or
he's seen him before, and he actually really commented on this one because it was like 1 out of 20 packs had one of him, and I was like, you know what, that's
oh,
just gonna be funny to get signed. And he started laughing. He was telling me about how they took the picture and stuff. But then I also got some Star Wars Galaxy cards signed by Steranko, which I was pretty pumped on. Nice blue signature there on the two
yeah,
cards. So I was pretty happy to get those cards signed. Um, but it is a comic show, and of course, I had to get a book signed by each of them. So I got a nice, crispy Venom #3 signed by
oh,
Case.
of course,
First
that's a good.
null. So I mean, he's got a nice signature too. I know it's just his initials right in the middle, but it looks good right there. So I was
Yeah,
pretty happy.
well, that's such a
So
good book to sign because all that white space. So
it
that's
does, yeah.
like perfect.
Yep. And he was, he's a very I met him before, super nice dude. So I was happy. And then Steranko, who this okay, it's not my first time meeting him. I met him before, which stories, you can't always tell on air. But this is the first time I ever got anything signed by him. And I specifically bought this from my LCS, shout out Counterplay Comics in Burlington, Mass. Uh, he gave me a great deal on a Cap 110.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that
pretty
yellow
awesome.
cover. But he signed it right up
Yep.
here in green, which I loved, right above the Hulk. So I now have a Steranko Sig in my collection on an awesome book. So I
Yeah.
was pretty happy.
Again, that's probably a book he knows exactly where to sign. I'm sure he's signed a few of those.
Oh yeah, he let everybody know on every book that he's the expert on signing them. He knows what he's doing.
He knows where to go.
Um, yeah, but that's what I brought with me to get signed. Now for stuff I picked up there. I'm actually gonna do this a little backwards, guys. I'm gonna start with some artwork because I got some commissions done at this show. First one was I got Ian Chase Nichols. He's done some TMNT work. He's done a bunch of other work too, but I loved his TMNT work. He was there. I hit him up before the show. I did hit him up pretty late, so he was a little busy, but he said, "Come talk to me at the show." I did. I gave him my sketchbook, um, and he returned with this amazing Casey Jones.
Uh, I know that thing is amazing.
He did this at the show, uh, incredibly, incredibly cheap too. I gave him more money than he wanted because I was like, "This is worth much more than what you're asking for, sir." I was very, very happy with this. I kind of like the pose too, the sideways, like the hockey stick. But Ian Chase Nichols killed this, absolutely crushed it. Couldn't be happy to add this to my art collection. So thank you very much if you're watching this, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great job. It's an awesome
yeah.
piece.
And you know what? He even walked it over to the booth. I didn't have to go pick it up. I gave him my number to text me when it was done, and he decided to just walk it over. And super nice dude, awesome. I got to talk to him for a little bit. Very cool guy and amazing artist. So I know he does a bunch of Whatnot shows too. So if you're looking for some books or art from him, he does Whatnot. And then the other piece of art I picked up, this one I did get in advance. I emailed the artists probably a good month and a half before the show. Paid for it before the show, which was nice because it's kind of like I didn't have to pay for it there. But I love to get if I can meet a creator of a character and have that creator draw that character for me, I'm all for it. And Al Milgram was there, so he did a firestorm for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love this thing. This thing was so well done. I talked to him Friday night about it, and he told me, he's like, "You know what? I haven't signed it yet because I got a funny little thing." And when he showed it to me, he's like, "How do you want me to sign it? I can do it like this. I can do it like this." He's
Ah,
like, "I can do it like this because it kind of
right.
works either any way." I had him go like this. I just thought it was great. It's a character I've always enjoyed. I like a lot of those weird DC characters. Um, Milgram created them, so I was very happy. He killed this. I'm pumped to have this in the original art collection now, along with all the other commissions. I'm going heavy on
Yeah,
art this year, and I'm happy about it. So
yeah,
thank
that's a
you,
great.
Uncle
That's
Al.
a yeah. Uncle Al killed it there. That's great. He's great to talk to.
Oh,
He's
he is.
talk about an
Yeah.
approachable guy. I mean, he every time I've talked to him, he talks to you like he's known you, and
Yeah.
he remembers you from somewhere else, whether he's met
And he
you or
rem
not.
and he remembered too when I emailed him. I was like, told him my name, like from Three Men did this. He knew exactly who I was, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, super nice guy, very talented man. If you have a chance to meet him, he does a ton of conventions. Highly recommend it.
yeah,
Um, Now let's move on to some books, shall we? Because I got a lot more books than I thought I was gonna. Um, First group here, I actually didn't get at the show. They were delivered to me at the show, but shout out to Triton Comics. I picked these up and he was at the show, so he dropped these off for me. But I got some Stephen Platt Moon Knight, which I was very happy about. I mean, if you know Moon Knight, you know this run.
yeah,
That's the big one right there. He
yep.
had the entire run minus 55, which I will hunt down eventually. But they're super high grade. And he gave me an absolutely killer price. So I was pretty happy about it. Uh, so yeah, I got basically the whole Mark Spector Moon Knight. So pretty happy about that. That's the end. That's the final issue. Love that cover. So
Nice.
yeah, that was a nice way to kind of start it off. Yeah. And then I did pick up a few other books, which is great. Uh, this is the part where you guys are going to see me behind the scenes because I got to plug in my computer. Here we go. All right. Next up, I picked up some books from Jason. He has his, we kind of put a thing together. Um, so I put up, hey, I got like 5 or 6 books here, maybe 7. Book I've wanted for a long time, super high grade. First Ben Riley, Web of Spider-Man. This thing is, I mean, on the back he put, what did he put? He put just near mint. Like he's very good at creating, but this was kind of thrown in with the deal, so I was very happy about that. So first book to start it off with. Then I went into my Silver Age flashes. He had a bunch of them in the bin. I pulled out, I think I had 6 of them here. Um, Issue one was this 170? Yeah, 170, 171. But these are surprisingly high grade, especially for DC Silver Age. I love this cover. It's one of my favorites. These were pretty high grade. It gave them to me at a killer price. So I knocked a lot of these off my list to put this run together. Look at these things. These are just,
That's a
oh
great
man,
cover.
these are
I
just
love
so
the
good.
kid holding
Yeah,
up the book.
so
That's
good.
those are great covers.
Throwing away the boots. This next one's my favorite. I love this cover. The green cover here. Ah,
Ah,
and this thing is high grade too. I was very happy to knock a lot of those off my list. So
nice.
thank you, Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
six
nice
nice
books.
6 issues. Was very happy. And that was kind of all I really planned on buying at the show. Not that you kind of go in planning on something, but picked up some Silver Age Flash, picked up a key I was looking for, got my signatures. I was happy. I thought it was done. It was over. And then at the very end of the show, my buddy comes up and he bought a first Batgirl in a 7.5. I was like, this is a great book, man. This is awesome. He told me what he paid for. It's like great price. And he said he was debating between that and he saw a Showcase 17 first Adam Strange. And I was like, ooh, that's a book I've wanted for a very long time. I was like, was it raw or was it graded? He said it was graded and it was a 5.5. So I immediately stopped packing up the booth, asked him where he found it, because at this point the show is basically closed. Everybody's taking books off the wall, everybody's packing up. And he goes, oh, it's literally right next door to you. So I leave the booth, go right around, and Harley Yee, I believe, is from Michigan, amazing books, but sitting right on his wall, sure enough, in a 5.5, which is my wheelhouse, the grade I like him in, is a
Mhm.
Showcase 17, first Adam Strange. And I literally could not believe it. He already had a kind of killer price on it. And I mean, his half the basically his whole booth was already packed up at this point, minus like half of a section of a wall, which this was still on. He took it off. He gave it to me. Uh, I won't lie. I don't want to say I lowballed him, but I gave him an offer. I was like, hey, man, long shot. I have this cash on me. Would you take it? He said he couldn't. That's what he was into the book for. I said, okay. We went back and forth a little bit. And then I ended up walking away with this book, which I thought I'd have. I never thought I'd have it in this grade. Um, and then I didn't think I'd have it so soon. I wanted this book for years. Literally, what, 10, 15 minutes after the show closes, I walked. I think Otto might have some video of it. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Yeah, you look like yeah, it was kind of funny. You
Mhm.
looked shell shocked,
I
that you
I
had
I
that
wasn't
book.
expect. I will say that I don't like, I'm a bargain hunter. This is the most I've ever paid for a single book, but it's all comic money. It's all money I've made from selling comics, so I was okay with it. So I'm still
Yeah,
kind of in disbelief that I own this, and I gotta tell you, I was looking at it, my buddy was looking at it, and we looked up the notes and stuff. I don't think it was pressed or cleaned, so I actually think it could go higher. I'm not going to do that because I don't submit books, but
yeah,
it definitely presents a lot better than a 5.5.
yeah. It
So,
looks that's awesome. Congrats on
yeah,
that. That was quite the find.
yeah, I think, I don't know if I was gonna show the video or not, but I wanted to throw up after I spent that money, but in a good way, in a good way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, those are the hauls right there, guys. So, I mean, we've been talking for almost a half hour now. I mean, it was an amazing show. What else can we say? It is every year. Jason puts on a great show. Uh, I'm so proud of my boy Dave here. He's become a real buyer
Thank you.
now.
Well, now I feel obligated to buy something. I can't walk. If I go to a table, I got to buy something just to spite you and Otto. I think I one of my other big books.
Well, I
Otto
think
couldn't
I
believe
th-
it. I'm
I
like, I got
think
to
we kept
spite. I'm just buying you.
yeah,
Want to spite you.
we kept doing that. We're like, I'm gonna buy this to outdo you. I'm gonna do this to outdo. It was like a
Yeah,
fun thing all weekend. But
yeah.
it's,
It was.
art of the deal, as Otto always says.
Yeah,
Uh,
and again, I mean, this the different types of vendors and all the different. I mean, we had the dealer preview show, and you got a sense of just the different stuff each supplier, each vendor was bringing. They had their own kind of little niche. Like I said, the guys across from us had a lot of the uh, the foreign prints.
mhm.
You had some guys that were just dollar bins, and you had some guys that were just all high grade, or like the Reese's brothers, who one grade is higher than the other. Didn't you see a book there that you were tempted to buy from the Reese's brothers? That
Yeah,
they
I'm not gonna
have a
talk about it because I
turtle
don't want
stuff.
anybody else to buy it. I might buy it eventually.
Yeah,
But no, the
yeah,
show has everything. It's got everything from dollar bins to, like, $1,000,000 books and everything in between.
yeah,
And, puts on a great show. It's always fun hanging out with everybody. That's the best part, Buffalo Wild Wings right across the street, hanging out, having dinner with everybody, having a fun time. Um, I had a blast. I picked up a lot more than I was planning on. I think you did too. Um, but, it was a great time.
yeah,
And, can't wait for next year. So,
yeah.
uh,
Always a great time. It's
yeah.
just always looking forward
Yeah.
to next year's.
All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for us. Thank you again for watching. Again, leave a comment down below. How do we do on the pickups? Were you at the show? What'd you pick up? Let us know what you picked up.
Yep.
And that's gonna do it for us. There's gonna be another video. I think Otto. We'll see if he does it on time. Otto is gonna put one out in the next week or two of on his haul, and he's got a little bit more footage of the actual show because he was actually on the floor. Because as much as he says it, he's not at the booth. Uh,
Yeah, if you see all the footage he's got, clearly he was not taking that footage at our booth.
yeah,
He had to have been wandering around.
yeah. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us. So guys, thank you again for watching. On behalf of 3 Men in the Basement, I'm ChinMo,
I'm Dave the brother.
and that's gonna do it for us. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Good night, Canada.